Hey Jacob, I have a good news, bro, for negative harmony. I will talk about one of the most controversial subjects in music theory. It's called negative harmony. And Jacob Collier introduced negative harmony to us in contemporary music context. But the original idea is coming from Ernst Levy's approaches music theory. But most of the explanations are trying to explain situation in between like traditional concepts and contemporary concept. That's why they are some kind of giving the impression of the kind of ambiguity, and some of the concepts are not clear enough to explain the subject. But I have an idea about to explain it in a very simple way. That idea is coming from post tonal theory, and there's no hierarchy in the pitches. That's why it's really easy to direct the connections, see the relationships, and see the contrast between the pitches in a post tonal context. And there is another important concept about post-tonal theory. It's called inversional symmetry. These are two main devices for me to explain negative harmony. And our context in terms of the relationship, again tonal, but to explain internal relationship, I use the post-tonal theory. And for the post-tonal theory, we use the clockwise shape to understand the relationship. It's very, very useful. And for the inversional symmetry, we will use axis system. And because in negative harmony, what he was trying to do is to use the kind of reverse side of the tonality. And the most common side is called positive part. And when you have the reverse form of it, you have the negative part of the harmonic structures. It's not negative actually, it's a kind of, it's trying to show us the kind of the reverse side of the harmonic relationships. And let me explain that negative harmony internal structure in post-tonal concepts. And the first thing we have to do is to design first our pitch space on the base of clockwise shape. Okay, we start from C, then C sharp, D, and E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B flat, and B flat, and B. Okay, this is our first space to explain the relationship. Actually, what Ernst Levy was trying to do is taking the tonal relationship and putting the reverse relationships on the base of the same relationship, on the base of the same structure. And when we have the axis relationship, for example, for the C tonality, we use the C as our center. That's why we have to construct our axis on the base of C. And this is C, it means C refers to itself. When we take this relationship, when we take this base, we have to design the rest of the pitches according to that reference. Then we have B C sharp relationship. Then we have B flat D. We have A E flat E, G F, and F sharp refers to itself. Why? Because when we have the C tonality, it means that C is our center. To get that center, remember our explanations about especially the harmonic regions. C is in the middle of the center, and the close regions are the G and F tonalities, right? And look at this. What about this relationship? G refers to F. That's why we have C as our central note in that structure. C refers to itself. That shape gives us the relationship to construct our new root position. Because if you want to change your root position according to that system, then you have the reverse side of the main harmonic progressions. And what was our main harmonic progression to give the real tonality is primary tonal progression. And let's apply that structure to explain 2-5-1 or our primary tonal progression, and let's change the root motion on the base of that relationship. Okay, and we have D minor 7, G dominant 7, and C major 7. This is our 2-5-1. Okay, and let's change the root motion according to our new pitch structure. This is the inversional axis on the base of C. That's why I want to change the root progression according to that new side of tonality. When we have D, let's go back to our pitch space, and D refers to B flat. Okay, this is B flat. And let's look at the G, and G refers to, G corresponds to F in our new progression. This is the kind of primary tonal progression. It's a kind of negative harmony approach on the base of root motion. And there's another process for the negative harmony on the base of pitch relationships for the chord tones. And for the chord tones operation, and they are using the reference from piano tuning. And in piano tuning, there's a microtone between E flat and E. And they spread this microtone distance to get the equal temperament. And by means of that adjustment, we can get the piano tuning in an equal way. That's why they call this like equally temperament. It's very detailed operation, but it's enough for you to understand the negative harmony process. And let's design new axis on the base of that relationship. But we will use the same pitch space on the base of new axis in between E and E flat. This is C, C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G flat, A, B flat, B. Okay, and in this pitch space, our axis in between E flat and E. According to that correspondence, we have D for F, C sharp for F sharp, C for G, B for A flat, and B flat for A. And our axis is dividing pitch space from that part. And according to this new formula, we have to design our chord tones in this structure. Let's look at our main chords, primary tonal progression, and check the chord tones. When we have D minor 7, the third of D minor 7, F, and 7th and C, F and C. And this is F, C. This is third and 7. And what about the G dominant 7? It has the B for third, 7 for F. Okay, let's put these notes on this pitch space and let's see the result. For F, our new note is D for B flat root, and then for C we have G, right? For F we need to go back to G dominant 7, which has B, and when we check the B, we have A flat for third, and when we check the F again, F gives us the D again, and this is our first, third, and the sixth, and this is the root first, flat 3, and 6. Okay, when we have that chord structure, we have new chords for 2-5-1. It's a kind of reharmonization. Actually, we can explain this chord progression in our harmonic region explanations, but that creates some different colors according to new 2-5-1, but also it has very specific direction. That's why when we have the explanation for this, okay, in terms of contextual reference, I mean, we can say that, okay, these chords are from the harmonic region, subdominant minor chords or subdominant major chords, but there is a specific direction. That's why it sounds very clear. When we have the clear explanation for the chord structures, then even though they have a lot of intersections, then you can get very specific and very precise sound color. And this is the negative harmony is I think one of the best examples of that kind of approach. And as a consequence of these changes, we have new chords, B flat major 6 and F minor 6. Let's hear the 2-5-1. And the new chords for 2-5-1 is B flat 6, F minor 6, and C major. Okay, when you have these two pitch spaces for the explanations, and then that will be very easy for you to understand what is going on in negative harmony. And I hope that creates refreshing perspective for you to understand negative harmony, and that's why when I presented this explanation, most of my students feel free about these discussions, and see you in the next video.